wanting to show you a variety of people. As I mentioned at the top of the show, billionaires, finance bros, people on Wall Street, people involved in politics, people involved in the elite circles of other countries. I wanted to try to cast a little wide net for you this evening. And to the left, you have Stephen Bannon meeting with Jeffrey Epstein discussing something. Why does this matter in particular? We know Steve Bannon has a little media empire, the Bannon's War Room, hundreds of thousands of daily listeners. We know that, especially in the first term, you could argue him and Kellyanne Conway were the two most important people to help the president get elected in 2016. A chief political strategist, a political genius when it comes to political strategy, rather, even Stephen. So we're talking about Epstein had the ear of a very influential member for the president, or person for the president of the United States, a top advisor, the chief political strategist, essentially. And it's kind of strange, right? Like, we know Bannon as in politics, and Epstein did his tax and finance stuff. Just kind of suspicious. Again, not accusing of anything, just wanted to plant that seed in your head. Political figures from the other political party. William Jefferson Clinton, the 42nd president of the United States, we know had an extensive and deep relationship with Mr. Epstein. Lots of photographs, emails, public perception. And something that I want to get, I know a lot, this is, we are on the show, we are right wing. However, we're just want to remind everybody is that it wasn't, don't let James Comer and House Republicans just make it about Bill and Hillary Clinton to you. As I mentioned, other people on the right wing were involved in this, other people in the center. Don't let, when I talk about the political paradox before, remember is that it's one big club and we're not in it, right? So we want to be thinking critically about sometimes not everyone is looking out for us when it comes to that, even if they have similar political beliefs or beliefs about this or that or whatever. So just keep that in mind. But again, Bill Clinton, Epstein had the ear of the chief executive of the most important human being on planet Earth. That's pretty important, right? Not just this one. We know he's at least had some kind of a relationship with the incumbent president of the United States and other political leaders as well. So I can make this a little larger. Let's see here. I'll just kind of remove myself from the screen for a second. But here's an email from the world's richest human being on planet Earth. And again, just can't verify. That's why there needs to be an investigation, but at least recovered by the FBI and the DOJ, a part of this investigation, is that at 6:07 a.m. on Christmas in 2012, Elon's asking, do you have any parties planned? I've been working to the edge of sanity this year, and so once my kids head home after Christmas, I really want to hit party scene in St. Bart's or elsewhere and let loose. The invitation is much appreciated, but a peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for. Again, isn't that just a little weird to be saying that? And Epstein responds, you are welcome to stay or just come for the day. Plenty of room. I will send a helicopter to get you. I'll do the same thing. Remove my face from the screen. Here's another incumbent political figure in the Trump administration cabinet. I believe Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. And we know Howard has claimed that he cut off the relationship in 2005. That Howard said, I haven't had any contact with Jeffrey since 2005. He's a real creepy dude. Haven't talked to him. Well, this email would indicate that he's making some mistake, whether it's a memory mistake or contradicting himself. I'll read it. Quote, hi, Jeff. We are landing in St. Thomas early Saturday afternoon and planning to head over to St. Bart / Angola on Monday at some point. Where are you located? Open parenthesis, what is exact location for my captain? Close parenthesis, question mark. Does Sunday evening for dinner sound good? I have another couple, open parenthesis, Michael and Marcy Learman, close parenthesis, with me on my boat. And each of us has 4 children, 2 16-year-olds, 2 14-year-olds, a 13, a 12, an 11, and a 7-year-old. Thanks, Howard. So that's a little strange, Howard. You told us that you cut off the relationship 7 years prior. And here's an email that indicates with a lot of specific details about ages of the family's children, specific times to go grab lunch, asking for details for the captain so the captain knows where to exactly go. That would be a lot to make up, right? Again, we need the investigation. I'm going to emphasize that a lot with these emails, but that's a little strange to be to write and send that email. And just for clarification, this was sent to an assistant, Leslie Groff, an assistant for Epstein. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Leslie sent it to Jeff Epstein, right? Just a little clarification. Okay, we're going to do the same deal here. And Steve Tisch, you may not know this individual. He's the co-owner and like a big-time executive for the New York Giants, the NFL team. Again, just wanting to provide you another example of it may not be a public figure that everyone recognizes at first. It may just be a rich guy that is working for your favorite NFL team or sports team. And this email or email chain particularly is about Steve with a young Ukrainian. So let's start. The first email from Steve says, quote, nice report, funny comment on crying, a lot of exclamation points. And that's a response to Epstein, quote, report just in, you did very well. She wants to go to the play. She is a little freaked out by the age difference, but go slow and maybe wait, is what he meant. I will try to convince her not to return to Ukraine. Having her crying worked. Steve, I believe, said or wrote, thanks. Then the next email from Epstein, we're kind of going in reverse order here. I reached out to Redacted. She is not on this trip. Steve wrote, looks like just a forward message sent from my iPhone. But Steve wanted, I'm sorry. Steve sent the phone number to, looks like Jeff. Send me a number, call. I don't like this and write, which is also kind of weird because that's how he got the evidence on these files. And also used, if you look at the top right corner, thanks, Jeffrey, curious to know about Redacted, I will contact Redacted. And pro or civilian, it's a code used. Pro would be professional, obviously, and civilian would just be normal individual. Here, let's remove the comments for a split second so everyone can see the email on the bottom right corner. No, but I will ask Redacted, all confidential. And this is from Jeffrey Epstein. I will get all info. Did you contact the great ass fake half redacted? She's a character, short term, has an older boyfriend, going to acting school, a 10 ass. I am happy to have you as a new but obviously shared interest friend. And that's in response to Steve saying, hi, Jeffrey, I just had lunch with your assistant's friend, Redacted, who I met at your house Wednesday morning. Very sweet girl. Do you know anything about her? Thanks, Steve. Sent from my iPhone. So here, we're going to go back to I'll put the comments back on and we'll put my face back in this. But again, very odd, very particular, very, if you asked AI to make it might take a couple million times for those specific details and grammar and sentences to be used. So again, very odd. And that's the end of the slide deck. Those were just a couple examples, but we know a lot of other people who have been mentioned, including Bill Gates, other political figures like Prince Harry. You've probably seen the photo of Prince Harry. He's on the ground and there seems to be a younger woman involved.